Hi folks, welcome to the Scapegoat Club. So the role that we have in our family dramas, in this fantasy crazy world that our families have, it was assigned to us at some point, and it's going to continue to be our role whether we're there or not. Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks so much for being here. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Everybody's welcome. Most people are welcome. Actually, most people are welcome. As we know, there are some people we don't want in our lives, but hopefully you're tuning in because you are on the receiving end of the narcissist's work. Oh God, I didn't mean it like that. None of us want to be on it, but if you are in the right place. That's my point, Chess. Come on, get over it. So in today's video, I want to talk about how we needlessly defend ourselves against the fake personas that our families can have. And I say needlessly defending ourselves because I think it's just it's a trap that we fall into, especially if we have difficult narcissistic parents, because it's so natural for children just to really want and need, we crave parental approval. It's what we need. If our parents and our siblings, if our families don't accept us and don't celebrate us and don't make us feel worthy, then we are always looking, we're always craving for that love and that belonging. And so it's very, very natural to want to defend ourselves, even like it becomes a pattern and we can just do it through our whole lives. It's almost like if only the person could see me for who I am, if only mom or dad or whoever it is in your life, if only they could just see and they didn't have this warped kind of sense of things. If only they could see me, then things would be different. And so we just keep on explaining ourselves. And so an example might be, say we didn't get a job. We went for an interview and we didn't get the job. Maybe through no fault of our own. Maybe it was one of those jobs where they've already got someone lined up, but they have to go through the interview process anyway, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I mean, we get jobs, we don't get jobs. It doesn't reflect on our self-worth, right? But not getting that job when you're a scapegoat in a narcissistic family can potentially be a real source of shame for you, because you know your parents might be like, well, what's wrong with you? What did you do wrong? Well, of course, you know, you didn't work hard enough in school. You're always going to be trying harder. Or, well, what did you wear? What did you say? What did you do wrong, Chess? Why did you not get that job? What is so wrong about you? And so we end up kind of defending ourselves and saying, well, no, I wore my suit, or no, I was on time, no, I answered all the questions. And we go into this, into arguing our side. We get into that courtroom kind of he said, she said, and we end up trying to defend ourselves. And it's really odd, actually, if like taking a step back and thinking about it, because often we're defending ourselves to our parents when they don't even know that third party. I lose track of the number of times when I've tried to defend myself against, you know, my parents taking my husband's side, or my boss's side, or people they don't even know. There's always a reason why it's my fault. And it's exhausting. But what happens until we realize that is that we just keep thinking, well, no, if I can just explain that wasn't the case. I didn't screw up on the interview. I didn't provoke that argument. I didn't. It wasn't me. If only they could see that, right? If only they could see us for who we are, then everything would be okay. And that's a mindset, and makes a lot of sense. It's a very natural mindset to have. It's almost like, well, they're saying this thing, but actually the facts are this. So then they must be a bit confused in there. It must be me who's not explaining it properly. But here's the problem, guys. This is the big problem, is that all families have a story. They have a structure. Everyone has their role. But here's the thing, when we're the scapegoat in the family, our role is written for us, and it's nothing to do with us. It is written without our knowledge, without our input, without our consent, and it perpetuates regardless of what we do. So here's a question for you. How many of you have had a conversation with your parent or parents or sister or sibling, whoever the narcissist in your life is? How many of you have had that conversation and where they end up telling you what you like, what you did, what you know, what your opinions are? Does that sound familiar? And it's one of those things where it's like, hang on a minute, when you kind of look at it, you're like, hang on, I didn't say that, or actually that's not what I think, or no, that's not what I do, or how I spend my time, or they have a way of basically making a fantasy world where we all fit in. So our families have these roles, the narcissist, often the golden child, and then the scapegoat, and the scapegoat's the one that, the black sheep, the one that gets it wrong, the one that's blamed for all the problems. And so in this fantasy world, we do things and we're assigned blame and we think things. We are made up to be the bad guy, basically, regardless of what we do. And so we can actually have conversations. It's delusional. It's detached from reality. But we can have conversations with these people and they'll say we did or we said or we think or we like certain things which are completely unfounded. And when we can say to them, actually, no, that's not true, then we're arguing, they don't hear it, they come back and they try and fight their corner. So the role that we have in our family dramas, in this fantasy, crazy world that our families have, this role was written maybe even before we came along, not consciously written, right? But it was assigned to us at some point, and it's going to continue to be our role, whether we're there or not, whether we're in the room. You know, we can have a conversation with the narcissist and say, actually, I didn't say that, I didn't do that, I don't think that. But it'll go straight over, it'll be water off a duck's back, and, you know, the next thing we know, well, yeah, Chess, she's just always been so difficult. The fantasy perpetuates whether we're there or not. So it's not fun, it's not a nice thing to realize, but in a way, I think it's a little bit freeing, because it takes some of that pressure off and some of that desire, that fantasy in our own heads that, oh my gosh, if only I could say or do the right thing, if only they could see this, then everything would be different. But that's not our job. It's not our job to make potentially clinically delusional people see the truth. It's not our job to continually defending ourselves against people who purportedly love us. It's not our job to continue to engage in conversations when we are arguing against things that aren't even true. None of those things are our job. And accepting the harsh and horrible reality that it is what it is, but it's just going to continue whether we're there or not. It's a good step in the process of detaching. And really that's the best thing we can do. If they are determined to think the worst of us, if they are determined to find things to blame us for and problems to lay at our feet when they should love us. If these people are that intent on finding bad things to think about us, then fine. Whatever. You guys do your thing. I'm out. That's the role in their play, in their movie, in their fantasy story. That's the role they want us to play. But we do have a choice. We just don't play. I'd love to hear what you think. Please let me know. This is a hard one. It's that kind of really harsh truth, but I don't know. There's something freeing about it, I think, when we get it. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe. You can make a little donation if you like. And I also have a brand shiny new website. Let me know what you think about that. I'm doing some blogging on there, and who knows what else will hop up on there. So please stop by and check that out. Leave me a comment on the blog, what you think. Let me know if you want it to be longer or shorter or more or less, whatever. And always, if you have comments on what videos you'd like me to make or talk about and also blog about, here I am. Oh, guys, please take care. This is a tough one, and please know you're not alone. There are a lot of us scapegoats out there, and you know what? Actually, it's not a bad place to be. I'd rather be on this side of the goat fence than still in with those guys. So, take care. I will talk to you very soon. Bye for now.